What's going on, my Losi fans? My name is Losisans, and today we are back with some more Sonic Adventure. So, in the last episode, we finished off Sonic's story with a lot of fails, and I'm guessing the LP curse had something to do with that. And, in this episode, we're going to be taking on Tails' story, which, in a lot of sense, is just a retread of what Sonic went through most of the time until the very end. But, Sonic's story was recorded in Sonic's story was recorded in 3 sessions total. I'm looking to make the rest of these 1 session long, except for maybe Big, because I can't stand his gameplay. I mean, nothing wrong with the mechanics of it, it's just...
Everything's working great!
Sorry.
All systems go, full speed ahead. Uh-oh, what's this? No! Ah!
Pop it much?
I'm out of control! Mayday! Mayday! Going down! Ah! Look out below!
Alright, so we're gonna let these cutscenes play out and then I'll continue what I was going to say. We aren't done yet. This is a cutscene I accidentally skipped in Sonic's story, if I remember correctly.
Boy, you're lucky I saw you come down. So what went wrong anyway? It's not like you to crash like that.
Yeah, it's just that I'm testing a new prototype power supply, and it's not fully compatible yet.
You can always borrow my plane, the Tornado, if you want.
Thanks, Sonic. But if I can make this work, it'll run circles around yours. Check out this power supply.
It's a Chaos Emerald. No way!
I was lucky to find one of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. They have unlimited mystic powers. Now I want to harness that power to fly my plane. Let's go to my workshop in the Mystic Ruins, and I'll show you what I've been working on. We'll go to the station, hop on a train, and get there in no time.
Okay, now we have control of Tails. Where did Sonic go? Anyways, so Tails is basically, Sonic, but slower, and, can fly. He also doesn't have the spin dash like he did in the classic games. Instead, he has this tail whip thing that you can actually get upgrades to enhance his flying capabilities, which I think either makes him last longer or makes him fly faster in different directions. I've never really understood what that upgrade does, but that's gonna be the first thing we do. So, as I was saying before I got interrupted by the cutscene, Big is probably going to be split into multiple sessions of me recording because I cannot stand him, nothing wrong with his mechanics. It's just when I turn this game on, I expect something like Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles. Amy, if I don't really... Well, Amy still is good, and Gamma is really fun. Like, Gamma, in my opinion, what they did to his style in SA2, well, they did not recreate it well. Anyways, so what we're going to want to do, instead of hopping onto the train, is we're going to want to head over here behind Twinkle Park. Careful not to drown, so keep on jumping. And then you're going to want to get underneath that hole and just fly up into it. And in here, you'll have Tails' first upgrade.
Look, it's your jet anklet. Its jet power makes you fly faster.
Alright, so now we can fly faster. I never really listened to the upgrade things after my first playthrough, so I just naturally forgot what it did. But now we're gonna want to head to the Mystic Ruins.
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing soon.
Because it's time for Tails' first boss fight. And if you were playing Sonic Story, you know what this is. If you were watching me play Sonic Story, you know what this is going to be, because both Sonic and Tails were in the cutscene before it.
Well, if it isn't Sonic and Tails.
Also, the dialogue is a little different in between cutscenes for separate stories. Like in this one, he only referred to Sonic in Sonic's version, but he refers to Sonic and Tails and sounds a lot more menacing and evil.
But now it's time to put it to work.
So, Tails' first boss fight, for Sonic, it was Chaos Zero. For this one, it's going to be the Egg Hornet. I believe that was its name. I never really remember them unless I just played the game, which I haven't even played through Tails' Story yet on PC. I've only started playing through Sonic Story on my own personal file, which that is the second file that you've been seeing whenever I start a new session. That's my personal file, and so yeah, you're not going to see much of that. But anyways, here we have Tails' first boss fight, the Egg Hornet, and I can't cheese this like I did with Sonic, because unfortunately Sonic has the homing attack. Tails, when you try performing the homing attack, only ends up flying. So what you have to do is either get up close to him and roll into him, or use your tail swipe. Which, yeah, it's not nearly as effective as spamming the homing attack. Also, I think there's something like Drunk Tails, but I already showed off Drunk Sonic in my Sonic playthrough, so yeah, you ain't seeing anything like Drunk Tails. I'll have to test that out in Tails' version when I do it. But I really do like performing glitches in these games, mainly because I just find glitches funny in general, but nothing wrong on the programming for this. Also, I think Tails' boss fights have less health than Sonic's or Knuckles or anyone else's. And I guess we will get to see Drunk Tails or Crying Tails. Alright, now to actually fight this thing. Yeah, I instinctively went to go and perform it because I have only recently found out about Drunk Sonic, and I've done it for the past few times I've fought this guy as Sonic.
All systems, full power.
Alright, but Tails' story is like half the length of Sonic, so Sonic got 10 stages. Tails is probably gonna get 5, if I'm remembering correctly. Knuckles gets 4, Annie gets 3, Gamma gets 5, and Big gets 4.
He's not gonna get away with this.
This boss fight is so boring. Thankfully, it's the last time we're fighting him. Unlike Chaos 4 and Chaos 6, where we have 2 boss fights for Chaos 6, but 3 for Chaos 4, if I'm remembering correctly. Because the fish guy, Chaos 4, you fight as both Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. All 3 of them fight them. And I'm guessing Knuckles goes first, then Sonic, and then Tails. Because Tails has the weakest health bar, Sonic is the medium difficulty, and Knuckles is the longest fight.
That was just too easy.
Oh, Tails, you dunce. You should have waited until Eggman flew away.
Hey,
Let me take a sip of my water. Sorry if my controller starts vibrating. Nothing I can do about that.
Chaos could use a little snack.
Chaos.
Nice Aquafina. Yeah.
That's the monster I saw the other day.
Monster?
Yes, it's really happening. Just as the stone tablet said it would. Hear this, Sonic? Chaos' strength increases every time I begin the Chaos Emeralds. All he needs is 7 emeralds to become invincible. Then he will turn Station Square into rubble, upon which I will build the ultimate city, Robotic Land. You get it, Chaos. Let's go.
Thank goodness they're gone. Good riddance.
We can't let that monster get any bigger. It could get ugly.
You're right. Chaos must be stopped. And he can be if we keep him away from more emeralds, right? So what do you say, Sonic? Let's find the Chaos Emeralds before Eggman does.
Alright, I realized something while in that cutscene I was thinking during that I was playing, because it's pretty similar and I've already seen it all before. Either I'll do multiple sessions for Big, unlike everyone else besides Sonic, or I'll do, excuse me, something popped up on my monitor, or TV as I use, because yes, I use a TV for my computer. It's just the way my dad likes having it done, because I have a 4K TV, I have a 4K capable computer, so why not utilize it? Anyways, for Big, I might either have a co-host and do one long session where I'll split it into multiple parts, but I won't do individual intros for them, or I'll do it so that it's multiple sessions like Sonic's, where each stage is its own session. Also, for multiplayer missions, Big is being the or for the secondary missions, Big is going first, so I can get his gameplay completely out of the way in one thing. Anyways, for Tails' first stage, we have Twinkle Park, and for this, or not Twinkle Park, Windy Valley, you're supposed to be racing Sonic. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Do not hold down the flight button as Tails. It might sound crazy, but if you're doing what I'm doing and just tap it, occasionally, you'll be able to make it through the stage simply. Grab this, grab some rings as well, and start flying. If you hold down the flight button, Tails will only Tails' flight will, he'll fall faster and he'll lose his flight even faster than if you just didn't tap it at all or barely tapped. So the more you know, I guess. Also, for some reason in SA2 they didn't bring this back. I'm guessing because Tails was rushed in that game, but not in this one. Because basically they were planning on having the teams equal, but when they showed it off to test players, I'm guessing they were all upset because Tails wasn't in the game, besides story purposes, so they decided to give him levels, and they also decided to give a new character in that game that I'm not gonna say their own levels. Now I want to head over to this area because this is where the stage ends. Also, Sonic rubber bands like we're in Mario Kart 64 over here, so do not kid around, otherwise you'll get obliterated. Okay, so that's Tails' first stage. I did play a little sloppy compared to what normal Let's Players would do, but it has been quite a few years since I've last played through Tails' story and Tails' stages.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
Anyways. Oh, they make it so that you can't actually go back into Windy Valley to play it again. I guess for that you have to go into trial or mission mode until you complete the stages. That's kind of lame. Anyways, I think what we have to do now is we head over to Casinopolis, right? Because Tails was in the sewer section and the main casino section in Casinopolis. But for this, we're just gonna pretend like, for this playthrough, that Tails was never inside of the casino, and as soon as he entered with Sonic, they dumped him into the sewers, and he waited until Sonic got there. Oh right, and I forgot, as Sonic you actually light speed dash up here, but for Tails, you just hit the button with your flight. Anyways, Casinopolis. This stage really sucks as Tails because it makes no sense.
Come on, Tails.
You're in the sewer.
You made it.
Like seriously, why would Tails want to be inside of the sewer? Shouldn't he just skip this one since he's underage? I mean, sure, Sonic is only a teenager, but still.
All right, Tails.
Also, Sonic's gonna be saying a lot of stuff during these. Anyways, I'm gonna try and take one of the shorter pathways than Sonic's taking. I don't know the one he does because it's been ages, but I'm thinking this is a shorter one. Yeah, it's way shorter. As you saw, I just jumped ahead like 50 feet. And now he's already rubber banding back to me.
Hey.
Alright, can I make it to the end? Alright, head over here. Can I make it to the end before Sonic? Yeah, this is the end. Just, oh lord. And Chaos Emerald is for some reason in the sewer in this one with no ladder out. So don't ask me how they escaped. Anyways, we now have 15 emblems. And now Ice Cap appears. I'm gonna let this cutscene play out and then I'll end this recording because I think it's been going on too long, and yet again I forgot to set a timer for myself.
The Chaos Emerald!
Get away from there!
Yet another cutscene that changes in Sonic's story where Sonic drops the Chaos Emerald. I think Sonic drops the Chaos Emerald in both of them. If not, then the one you're playing as drops the Chaos Emerald, and then they try to recover it and then get farted on by Eggman.
Sonic, what happened to the Chaos Emerald?
Eggman got one of them, but the other one's safe.
Seriously,
He must
why
be
didn't
getting
he
desperate.
obliterate them?
Now the
Or
Emerald
steal all
count
their
is
money,
2-1
steal
and
everything.
Eggman's winning. Let's get a move on.
I mean, these two are your arch nemesis, you egghead. Anyways, quickly, I want to show off something. If she'll appear. Does she not appear in Tails' story? Or did they remove her in this mod?
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing soon.
I think they either removed her or she isn't in Tails' story because she didn't have a Dreamcast model, who I'm talking about. And that is Cream the Rabbit. In Sonic Adventure DX, there were cameos about Cream the Rabbit because she made her debut when it was released on the game, like right before it got released on GameCube. And so they decided to put her in the hub worlds around the map. And what they ended up doing with that is that they used one of them here in Sonic Story, which sort of lets you know that there's this alleyway here where the stone is to open up Ice Cap. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode. So if you liked this video and want to see more of my content in the future, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you want to get notified for every one of my videos. What was I gonna say? Alright, hit the bell icon, and this is Losisans Gaming, signing out.